Helena.
Classic benchmark, 3 rounds for time. Starts with a 400-meter run, 12 bar muscle-ups, 21 alternating dumbbell snatches, 35 pounds.
Recipe for Success is delivered by Trifecta. Stacy, what are you watching here?
You gotta run like you stole it. Just go for it. Hold nothing back and burn the boats. Blow them up. Let's go.
To quote Apollo Creed, there is no tomorrow. Let's send it down to the competition floor with Nikki Brazier.
Well, Helen is a classic CrossFit benchmark. Athletes all over the world are used to doing it in their affiliates with running, pull-ups, and kettlebell swings. But down here on the competition floor, the athletes will be on the pull-up bar behind me doing bar muscle-ups, a higher level gymnastics skill. And instead of kettlebell swings, they will be doing single arm dumbbell snatches with a 35-pound dumbbell. And for more on the run, let's send it out to Mike Arsenault.
Thank you very much, Nikki. The last time athletes ran outside the Coliseum was back in 2021. There are 2 tweaks 2 years later. First, the course has practically doubled in size, and there are a couple hundred fans lining the course to cheer these athletes on, and they'll be feeding off that crowd energy, especially the first couple of heats, because the athletes will have to be full throttle the entire way through, with a cut to 30 athletes looming after this test.
Here's your start list. 7 athletes in this opening heat. Abigail Domit right now sits in 33rd place overall. She's one of the athletes who's trying to get herself on the right side of that cut line.
She's right on the cusp, Sean. And you know what? She has worked on her mindset and her mentality this entire offseason. So she's one I'm looking for just because of what's happening between the years. She knows what she needs to do to get in the top 30 at the end of this test.
Yeah, he's not starting in a straight line. Again, it's like a track meet. They had that arc start, so the distance on the run evens out throughout the test.
When you look at Abigail Domit right off the bat, athletic background, gymnastics, cheerleading, track and field. Pretty good combo for this test.
Domit is the woman who's out front on this first 400-meter run.
She's also one of the taller, though, athletes, though, Chase, so she knows she needs to get a little ahead of the pack there in the run because the cycle time on the bar muscle-ups, because of those long limbs, are going to be a little bit slower than someone's shorter, and likewise on the dumbbells. So by the time you get from the floor to overhead on someone taller versus someone shorter, she's looking a little bit more time on that dumbbell there.
Saw that play out with the men. Will Morat, most notably, was able to make a comeback on that portion of the test and take his heat. Manel Anganez and Abigail Domit, followed by Kaha Budebs and Carolyn Stanley. Now the 12-bar muscle-ups. 102 total scored repetitions in this test. And at the 13-rep mark, that is when they will advance for their first set of 21 dumbbell snatches at the 35-pound, 15-kilo dumbbell.
And the athletes must pass through the dip portion of the bar muscle-up so they cannot glide, and just kind of lock it up at the top of the bar there.
Shahad Budebs and Carolyn Stanley are in the lead, and Budebs at the top of your screen is going to be the first one in the dumbbell snatch, had to adjust her grips. And this is a test where really every second matters, and that's going to cost her some time.
And she just got a no rep, so that's going to double it up.
I know that feeling. That exact same thing happened to me last night on the floor.
Abigail Domit, Carolyn Stanley, Manel Anganez have now all passed Shahad Budebs for the lead.
Coming all the way from Dubai, trained out of Massachusetts there for a little while. Her coach just happened to be the 3rd place finisher and the 3rd fittest in the 35 to 39 division.
Who is second?
Stacey Tope. Someone I may know.
Manel Anganez is going to be the first woman back to the 400-meter run, followed by Stanley and Domit. First of 5 heats for the women here.
going though, 3 rounds for time. It's just so great knowing that after that second round, I just have 1 more round to go.
You did the classic version of Helen earlier this week, and we talked during the men, the challenge of the second of 3 runs.
You just have to keep the same pace, which is fast, which is unbroken, which is really hard. And that's when the mentality kind of comes in, you know, it's like, okay, just get through this second round, just knowing you have just 1 more round left. Kind of eases things a little bit, but there is, you know, burn the boats. There is no speed other than just go.
Manon Anganez is your leader, and this might not be the only international competition that she competes in the next year. She's a Belgian champion in weightlifting at the 69 kilo class, and she's trying to make the Olympics in 2024. This is her first appearance here at the CrossFit Games. Anganez, Doman, and Stanley. Your top 3 right now. Now into round 2 of the bar muscle-ups. 12 reps they have to complete at the 47 rep mark. They'll start their second round of the 21 dumbbell snatches. Doman in the middle now with 5 reps remaining. She and Stanley trading the lead here. Anganez just about a rep behind. Shahad Budev's left side of your screen is in 4th. Followed by Emily DeRoy. And Abigail Domet in the lead. Here's Caroline Stanley getting to work on round number 2, and now Manon Anganez.
But Abigail's cycle speed a bit slower than Anganez and Stanley. And it looked like her grip is getting a little fatigued on those last 12 bar muscle ups.
Rep mark is what they're looking to hit.
I don't know why their grips are tired.
Yeah.
I mean,
What could they have done in the last 5 tests?
That's going to be Manon Anganez, who will be the first woman again onto the run, followed by Caroline Stanley. So Abigail Domet loses 2 spots on that second round of dumbbell snatches. It's an 11-minute time cap here. Shouldn't be a problem for any of these athletes. As Anganez looks over her left shoulder and sees Caroline Stanley, now Abigail Domet rounding the corner. Anganez in 35th place overall. Again, we cut down to 30 athletes after this. She has 130 points. She needs a strong result here to leapfrog 5 other athletes and get herself inside the cut line.
And it's coming around this final curve here where we see the athletes speeding up a little bit. It's all downhill at this point and into the Coliseum.
Abigail Domet has managed to catch up and now pass Caroline Stanley, and moving to second place behind Manon Anganez.
And she needs to do this. Her transition to the pull-up bar once she gets into the Coliseum has been very fast. But then again, her cycle time on the snatches slows her down a little bit. So she just needs to remember that this is the 3rd and final round. Transition quickly to the bar, no time for chalk, jump up, you look great, and just rip and grip on that dumbbell snatch. 35 pounds for these individual women is nothing they haven't seen before.
No, it can get tough depending on that grip. And the other thing too is you think about classic Helen. Can you hang on to those last 12 pull-ups? They just happen to be bar muscle-ups right here in the middle.
True.
Abigail Domet, the first woman to get to work on her final set of 12 bar muscle-ups, 81 reps. She's only 9 away from that. Anganez and Stanley right behind her. They're the only 3 women right now on their final set of bar muscle-ups. 3 minutes left before we hit the time cap. Emily DeRoy working her way back to the pull-up bar. As Domet, Anganez, and Stanley fight for first place in this first of 5 heats in test number 6, the halfway point of the 2023 Nova CrossFit Games. And now Domit onto the dumbbell, and here comes Stanley and Manon Anganese. Now Anganese has been the fastest on this portion. $102, that's the mark they got to hit to close this thing out. And it's Domit and Stanley neck and neck. Anganese about 3 reps behind, and now Stanley has taken the lead. 6 reps to go for her. Final rep, this might come down to a foot race. It's going to be Carolyn Stanley who takes off first. Abigail Domit is going to be second, and Manon Anganese will finish third. 9:07.14 seconds for Carolyn Stanley. That leaves Shahad Budebs as the leader on the floor right now. Budebs out of the United Arab Emirates. This is her 3rd career appearance at the CrossFit Games, 2nd as an individual. In 2021, she was here on the team. They finished 35th. Also here in 2019. And she is across. And Emily DeRoy is in. That's Victoria Campos.
We just hit 10 minutes.
Now Michelle Basnet. The top of your screen onto her final 21 dumbbell snatches. Campos is going to come across. Leaves Michelle Basnet out there on the floor. Basnet, 37th place overall. So she had a lot of ground to make up to get inside the cut line. So this could be it for Basnet. Less than 20 seconds before we hit the time cap. Basnet's going to get inside that. That's her final rep. And heat number 1 is in the books. 9:07.14 seconds for Carolyn Stanley is your top time with 4 heats remaining. She, Abigail Domit, and Manon Anganese. Stacy had a great battle for the top spot from the start.
They did. It was a battle back and forth, but I tell you what, Abigail used that back half of the run, that downhill slope to kind of catch up with the pack. Her transition over to the bar was a lot faster. In the end, though,